Alright, so now that we've covered scientific notation and significant figures, we need to talk about rounding off our numbers. And this is something that you're going to have to do anytime you make calculations in the class so that you maintain your correct number of significant figures. So when we're rounding off, we are going to use a few standard rules for our rounding off. Rule number 1, if we're carrying out multiplication or division, the answer cannot have more significant figures than the original numbers. So if you're doing multiplication or division, you have to first find the number that has the fewest significant figures in your multiplication, and then you need to maintain that number of significant figures throughout the equation. If you're carrying out addition or subtraction, rule number 2 says that the answer cannot have more digits after the decimal point than the original numbers. So you have to find the original number with the fewest numbers after the decimal point, and then you're restricted to that decimal place in your answer as well. So if we look at a few examples, if we're doing multiplication or division, remember our answer cannot have more significant figures than either of the original numbers. So in this case, we're finding our miles per gallon. So we know we can do 278 miles in 11.70 gallons. So you could figure this out if you had your odometer set and you went and you filled up your gasoline tank. You got 11.70 gallons and you covered 278 miles on that tank of gas. So we can find out how many miles per gallon that you're getting. And so to do this, you can see in the top number how many significant figures are there. Yes, there's 3. In the bottom number, how many significant figures are here? There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is going to be limited to the 3 significant figures in this number. So we're restricted to the number that has the fewest significant figures. So when we do this division calculation, you'll get some long answer on your calculator. You're going to have to round so that you get 3 significant figures. So for our rounding, if you have 5 or above in the neighboring position, so if we got 23.7965, we would use this position to help us round up to 8. So if it's 5 or above, round up. If it's 4 or below, you're going to round down. So if we use rule 2, if we're carrying out addition or subtraction, our answer cannot have more digits after the decimal point than either of the original numbers. So if we're looking at our numbers and we're adding them, you can see our first number only has 2 positions past the decimal place, whereas our other number has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions past the decimal place. So we're going to be restricted to only having 2 places past the decimal place in our answer. So I would carry out the addition just like normal and then use your rounding rules to decide what this final number should be. So if we did the addition, 315 would initially come down, and then 9, 1, and 3 as we do our standard addition. Since this number here is 4 or below, so this 3 is below 4, we are going to round down, which is going to keep the 9 in this position. If this was 5 or above, we would round up, and instead of being 9 at this position, we would actually place a 0 in this position and move this to a 2. So the number would be 3.20 if this number was 5 or above. So once you decide how many digits to retain, these are the rules for rounding off the numbers. If the first digit you remove is 4 or less, drop it and then round down. So if we were rounding to 2 digits for this number, since 2 is in this position, we would round down and we would keep 2.4. If the digit is 5 or greater, then we're going to round up by adding 1 to the last digit. So if we were rounding to 2 significant figures here, 8 is in this position, that's larger than 5. We would round this up then to 4.6. So if your calculation has several steps, don't do any rounding until the very end of the equation. So do all of the calculations first, and then look at your first numbers that you started with and figure out how many significant figures you need in your final answer, and do your rounding at the very end.